come back to this test Linux server, and if you type uname hyphen a, so it will show the same thing like Linux metasploitable thing. Yeah, and right now we are currently in this thing. So like if I go the uh, to our home page, so it's cd slash this, go back there and which one? We are here. Hmm, come back here and home as f admin. Oh, it is cdmin. Type in ls. Yeah, we can see the secret.txt those files. So you so this is a like secret file from our web server. Yeah, this is another like form of exploitation. Right now we are closing the session, everything. Yeah, and for the third exploit, we are going to start a packet capture called Fireshark. So what it does means, like if we go, like there's already a server that is running on this number. So yeah, if we go here, so this is our website that's been like running on this port number. So if we go to like PHP my admin, so this is another login page as well. So like usually for every web application, like we may have some kind of login sessions. So like whenever we try to log in, so it will send an API request to the backend server, and it will be like transferred via the internet. So what this Wireshark will do means it will sit as a man in the middle. So it's called an MITM attack. So it will sit in between the router and the like target machine. It will like whatever the requests that are being like sent to the router, it will try to capture each and every packet that are being sent across the browsers. So I go like I guess it's admin, it's admin and PS2. Name is root, password is asking root. Root check what is the username. we go back. Yeah, so right now this thing like under like DVWA, we have a login page and the username is like admin, I guess. Yeah, so we have like logged into the name is admin, password is password, yeah, so we'll go back. Yeah. So right now this like application is like web server is running. So in order to capture these packets, yeah, so right now Wireshark is running. So inside the Wireshark, if we give start here, start capturing packets. So it will start like whatever the packets that are being running across the network. So now let this thing run, and inside our Chrome browser, we'll go and like enter the username and like password. After successful login, just logged in as admin. So like if we go back to Kali Linux and like in filter, we have to check for any HTTP request is there or not. Yeah, so there are like multiple HTTP requests. So one which we are interested in is this DWA login. So it's a post request. So like how post API will be called means whenever there's a like form details that are being submitted, we handle it with post request. So if you click on that and check for like forms, yeah, so it has captured the package like what the username is admin and the password is like password itself. So whenever there's a successful login only, so the post request will be like created. Yeah, so this is how we like capture all the packets that are being running across the server. So it can be done for like anything. So even if you are in any kind of public places, if you have any public Wi-Fi's, you can run a packet capturer like Wireshark, and you can capture all the packets, and some of like we can capture the most of the usernames and password. Most of the time it will be like encrypted with any SSL or TLS encryption, but like we can like decrypt that as well and view like what is the username and password in there. So for recalling that, we have used three different exploits here. So first one is like MySQL login. So we got a username and password session there from MySQL, and we have used it to like what log into that and like to we saw like what are all the sensitive private information in the databases. The other thing is like using Samba exploit. So in Samba exploit, we got a reversal terminal itself like a session, so where we can able to access the file system itself, and with that we can able to view or manipulate anything. Yeah, so like as of now we're gonna type in like msf console. It will start our metasploit framework. So like we are going to use SQL as exploit. So like we'll be searching for like multiple exploits here. So right now we are interested in the login session. So we'll check like what are all the like exploits that are available for like login. Mm, MySQL. Yeah. So right now we have one exploit that is named login here. So I'm going to copy this. So this is like auxiliary scanner MySQL login. So in order to use that thing, copy that, type in use space and paste it. So for pasting it, it's Control Shift V in terminal. So we press enter. So now this is being like used. So now we gotta see like what are all the parameters that needs to be like passed in. If you type in show options, then it'll show like what are the things needed. So like we need to set the R host as of now and the user file and pass file. So to do that thing, type in like set R host, and we are gonna type in the target users IP address. So this has been set, and now we are going to set the pass file. So this pass file consists of like various usernames and passwords that are being used in the past. So it's under user share word list and pass.text. So this is our like sample text file which contains some username and password. So if you click that, that's a pass file, and similarly for the username as well, we have to use it like this. So this is our user file also. So now these things are set. So if you type in and check for the options, so now you can see the pass file is set, the rhost IP address is set, and even for user file is also set. Now we just have to give like exploit. To give exploit, it will run. So now we can see there is one green flag here. So that says like the root is success. So it has identified the login session. So in order to use that thing, open a new terminal and type mysql hyphen u for username, and the session will be that root, and hyphen h for which host it is. So for the host address, we are going to give it like the IP address of that system. This is going to be our host. Now we have a session here. So if we go and check for show databases in that thing, okay, it's bases. We, yeah, if you type in show databases, we can see the what all the databases are there. So like we want to use, so right now we are gonna go for OWASP 10. So to access the database, we have to use and that database name. Now we are inside the OWASP 10, so now we can check for like what all the available tables are there. So we have like these many tables. So like if we check inside like credit card, so it's like select star from credit cards. So then the information will be accessed for the credit cards. Yeah, so this is how we like exploit into the SQL databases of other web servers. Okay, now for our another exploit, what we are going to do is we're going to close this terminal. Now we have seen like Samba is another thing that is having a open port. So we're gonna check like whether we can use that vulnerability and we can able to like what intrude into the system. So I'm gonna search for Samba. So for Samba we are going to use this one like exploit multi Samba user map script. So copy this thing, type in use, press enter. No payload configure default. Yeah, so right now we are using that thing. Type in like show options. Right now we need to set in the R host and R port. So for setting that R host, it's going to be like 192.168. dot 0 dot 113, and for our R port it's going to be 445. So that's like a default port settings. We can use it for like Samba sessions. It will be set. Now if I give exploit, it will start the like reverse TCP handler. Yeah. Now you can see like one session has been opened. So we have established a connection to that thing. So when we give the thing exploit here, so there'll be some sessions open. Just click on like Control Z to stop it. Just press Y. Yeah. So right now we can see the background sessions are there. So if we give like sessions, like hyphen L means it will list out like what all the sessions are there. So right now we have it like ID number 2. So for using that session, we're gonna type in like sessions hyphen interact like 2. Yeah. So the session has been like open and we have started like interacting with the thing. So like as of now to change like go to the home directory, we type in ls. Yeah. So right now the Linux server which we are handling is like Metasploitable thing, and like if you go into the this thing and type in like your name. Okay, so this project is like vulnerability testing. So like what we're gonna do is we are going to like fire up two virtual machines. So like one will be our like testing like our victim mission, and other will be our attacking mission. So like what if you go to like click on this VMware, like there's already like two missions available here. So one is Kali Linux and another is Linux test server. So, yeah. So like first run the Linux test server. So it will fire up that machine. This machine is like already having one web services like installed in it, which is like based on PHP and MySQL. So it has like both web server as well as a database inside that. Yeah. So as of now you can see here, login with MSF admin. So the username is MSF admin and password is also the same. Yeah. So right now we are in the inside. We have logged into the server and there's a services running everything. So as of now, for testing purposes, if we give ls means it will like list the source in the current directory. So for namesake, we have given a secret.txt file as you can see here. So if I like see what is inside that, this is like created by us itself, whatever purpose. So if I cat that thing means, so it will show like what there's something written on that thing. So when we try to exploit that thing, so to make sure that we are into this server. So this is a secret file from the web services. So yeah. So first thing what we need to do is after logging in, we have to type in ifcon if config. So if you type in that means we can able to see like what address it is running on. So right now it has not been assigned with anything. Yeah, so right now it has not been assigned with any of the IP address inside ETHO. So like we will like if you press like control and alt at the same time, it will get released. The mouse get released and go to Kali Linux, start the virtual machine and click on this, press enter. Right now we have to make sure like we assign the like same IP address so both the Kali Linux and the test server can communicate between them. Okay, so the username is Kali itself and the password is password. Everything is small. Okay, so like now we have logged into this. So first we need to check whether this thing is like enabled or not. So if this is having any like cross mark or something like that, then we have not connected with any network. So if this is running and fine, so go here on top. You can see a black color box. So if you click on that, the terminal session will run. There, type in like ifconfig, then it will show like which is the like ETHO IP address that is been assigned. So right now this machine uses 112. So like it's a 0.112. So like other than this thing you have to assign which is it should be like near to this number. Like you can go for like 110 or 113, something like that. But it should have the like the first thing should be like similar, the first three segments. Only the last number we should like change it. So here we are going and we are assigning a number here. So it will be like type in sudo ifconfig eth0 and we are going to type in that number is 0 dot there it is 112, so we are going to assign it as like 110 itself. So this is sudo ifconfig eth0, then space we have to give the IP address which we are going to assign it to this thing. Yeah, if we give enter, it will ask for a password. Type in msf admin, then it will get assigned. So again if we go check like ifconfig, yeah, you can see that IP has been assigned that 192.168.0.110. Yeah, now press like control and alt at the same time, the mouse get released. Like go back to Kali Linux. Yeah, right now we have to check whether we can able to ping the server or not. So if you type like ping space the IP address of that server, and we should able to get some request back. So this is how the request looks like. So to make sure that we have a proper communication between these two. Now press like Control C to stop it. Yeah, now we are going to scan the server actually. So in order to scan, we are using Nmap tool. So type in like Nmap, like hyphen s hyphen sv hyphen o and f. These are all the like arguments which we are passing in. Yeah, for finding out this thing. Like these every argument means like something. So for example, if you want to see what those arguments means if you type in nmap space dash dash help means you can able to see so what each and every arguments means here. Yeah, so now we'll go back and we'll type it out sudo nmap. Yeah, so this will be our command for scanning that thing, and here we have mentioned our target IP address. So if you press enter and it will ask for password, the password is password itself. So we are performing scanning for like identifying what kind of operating system and kernel it uses, and like what are all the ports that are open. So using open ports only we can able to like enter into their networks. So if any of the open ports are having any kind of vulnerability, suppose if they have not updated or something like that, then we have a chance to exploit that. So now the scan is done, and if we see that scan means, yeah, so right now there are like several ports that are open. We have SSH running, RPC Apache server that is running. We have Samba, we have an SQL server also running here. So like we are trying to use two of these things. One is like MySQL, so we can able to access their database, and we are gonna use Samba. So Samba is used for like communication between Windows and the Linux systems. So it even that vulnerability can like like what let us to control over the system. So for the first thing, we are going to use SQL itself. So in order to do that, for exploiting that, we are going to type in like use Metasploit. So for using running up Metasploit, the command is like msf console. Press msf console, and wait means the Metasploit framework will run. Yeah. So now it's on, and right now we are going to search for the exploits that have been available for MySQL. Yeah. So we have these many exploits here. If I open it up, I'll run. Yeah. Now it's better.